Good morning, sunshines. My eyes are just popping open. Was listening to Brian there for a while. Yesterday, I had clickbaited some Tom Cruise news, and I forgot to put it up. We ended up getting so sidetracked by everything that was happening with Clearwater. So, good morning to ya. We're going to clickbait again today. Audit and I are doing studies on how many views we get from putting in different subject matters and different pictures. So that's why I'm changing it up a little bit. Good morning, Haggis. Did you get that storm last night, Haggis? Oh my gosh. That was wild. Nothing like I was just starting to saw logs and blast, blast. There goes the warning, the tornado warnings last night. Boop, I was open. Oh, I'm surprised. It must have withered out over the water. Then, yeah, it was a bad storm. Good afternoon, Scientology up north. Yeah, my peepers are. I'm tired this morning. But to be real honest, I laid there and I listened to the storm come and go, and I prayed it away. And I texted Audit and said, shared the stream on X. Thank you so much, Amy. And then I laid there and went, I'm going back to bed. So I went back to sleep. But it was like bam, 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 thunder and lightning constantly for about an hour and a half. But let me know how that goes, Amy. Yeah, I'm just trying different things. Just trying to figure out, I guess I could put Reese and Tommy's picture on there. Not. I know everybody. I know I'm not going to, but that would be funny. I should do that just for the hell of it, just to see what it does. And again, I'm not really into the numbers really truly, but I'd like to see more people see what we're doing. Hey Amy, I got a another response from Joy Villa. It sounds like she might do a live with me. That would be way cool, wouldn't it? Oh, yeah, I am exhausted this morning. She sounds like she's a sweetheart. I truly love her passion. Yeah, that would be cool beans. Yeah, that's really cool. She's a teeny lady. She does. I think that's what I told her we would talk about. Um yes, I think so too. She was an adult when she went in, um, but with everything else, okay, I'm gonna be like way honest. I I don't what was she in? I don't know. She's beautiful. She has a beautiful, passionate soul, but I am so starstruck kind of a person that, and if you're watching, Joy, I'm sorry, because she said she would watch. She's a singer. Okay, thank you. I have egg on my face for not knowing who she is. I need to look. I need to see. Yeah, music. I am not. I am not a music. I mean, I love music. Don't get me wrong, but that's like the worst game ever to play with me is who sang this and who sang that. Miriam does. Very cool. But with the way she talks, she's getting a new fan. Put it that way. So, regardless of what I did know who she is, I do now. And I love her passion. And I love the truth bombs. Good morning, Irish. She's not afraid to say how she feels about it. Oh, man, I cannot get over the yawns. I am so tired. I think my neighbors are going to finally get feeling sorry for me and come over and mow my lawn because my son still hasn't mowed my lawn. He's going to get the wrath of mom if he doesn't. I heard that, Amy. I saw that. Yep, that was my thoughts too. That would be pretty crazy sauce. But honestly, I have another in over at the White House right now too, and I'm working it. It's a personal friendship that has his direct ear. So that's kind of cool. I got all sorts of stuff going on behind the scenes. You have an in at the dog park? Roof, roof. Who let the dogs out? Haggis, haggis. Who let the dogs out? Haggy, haggis. I don't have an in at the dog park. I'm jealous. No, I agree. I agree that people aren't happy with what she's doing. But I don't know anymore, Amy. You just can't take all of the opinions off from X and um, YouTube and all of that. You have a bunch of squirrel pals at your park. Do they chitter and they chirp, Irish? Squirrels are noisy little buggers. I had a frog in here the other day. Actually, it was a toad. It just hopped right into the house. I'm like, get out of here. And I called my son and said, "Come get them." Suburban squirrels are different than city squirrels? What do you mean, Amy? Are they really? No, they're not. You're pulling my leg. How are they different? You're joshing me. Good morning, hippie chick. Good morning, Kathy. Well, Irish, having somebody mess with your nuts is not a good thing. Come on, girl. New York City squirrels approach you for food more friendly. Suburban squirrels run away more shy. Okay. So they've learned to be expecting of a handout. It's probably because they get used to get fed. But what do you give a squirrel to eat? You don't have squirrels? Good morning, Amanda. You don't have squirrels in New Zealand? Hmm. Are we ever going to get, do you guys want to read this? Good morning, Eyes to See. Hey, you sent me that storm last night. You guys make it okay? Eyes to See, I saw that it came right from your area. We'll send you some of ours. You can have some of our squirrels. Good morning, Jojo Bananas. Yeah, did you guys get that storm first, Eyes? Okay. Yeah, it came through, and then I'm surprised it didn't hit Haggis. It must have dissipated over the water. That was wild and crazy. It was definitely a light show last night in a kaboom fest. Good morning, let's go. Yeah, I know, right? Hey, you want to see the picture I painted off from that? Here, let me show you a picture. Okay, sorry. Fat face. Uh, present, share screen. Here you go. I don't know what I'm going to do with him, and I don't. He's not too cute, but I ended up painting this. Me too, Jojo Bananas. I slept terrible last night too. Do you like him? I think his head's too dark. Actually, I was thinking of Nora. She said she was going to get an octopus tattoo. I was thinking of Nora when I did that one. Hey, good afternoon, Afila. This was, I mean, I just used my PowerPoint. Well, catch up quick, Scientology up north. Thanks, Kathy. Ooh, yuck. I hate trying out new pillows. You did not? I don't think I've seen an album link. No. Unless I completely missed it or didn't pay attention to it. I don't think so, Jojo. Let's go back to stop sharing. Present. Share screen. Let's go back to the Tom Cruise one, because eventually we're going to get to that. Pre-save here for next Friday release. Yeah, that's what happened to me last night, Amanda. We had a tornado warning at midnight last night. Wow. Could you email that to me, please, Joe? Wow, that is so cool. I'm going to know somebody that has an album. Woohoo. Wow, that's cool. Right? Will you still love us all little folks after you make it big? I get to say, I knew her back then. I knew JoJo Bananas. Too funny. Yeah, it probably happened while you were sleeping after your uh, police raid. Yeah, it was quite the big boomer last night. Yeah, Haggis probably. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, pretty crazy. Are you catching up? Are you finally caught up with us, Sophila? Mm. Hey, Napmaster Kia. Good morning. Good day. Good evening. Yeah, I can hear the squirrels and the chipmunks out there right now. They're happy that the storm went through too. I guess half the county is without power. So I'm lucky I even have power this morning. I did a good thing though a couple of years ago and bought a generator, so I have a generator in case power goes out. But my niece, when I was at up in the Northeast last week or the week before, whenever it was, she had a power pack. Miriam, is that what you use? Or Haggis, is that what you use when you go out? Yeah, I have a generator too. Oh, thank you, Miriam. Um, do you have like a backup power battery thingy that you plug into when you go protesting? And if so, what kind do you use? Thank you, Afila. Yeah, what do you, no chipmunks either? Oh my goodness, you're like way deprived of, well, you have your own critters over there. I got an anchor. We'll send you. Okay, thanks. Yeah, I was thinking of getting one of those solar ones, the solar generators, but those are way too expensive for such little power. Oh, yeah, one of those too. Yeah, one of the solar ones. Yeah, and they're smaller. Wow, okay. Yeah, and I just wasn't into that part of it. So I got one of those that you can run on gas, propane, or it holds a charge, I think. I don't remember. It's big though. But I have an emergency flip switch thingy that you can plug it into the generator and it only runs parts of the house that need to get run. You have an external battery, but you have an iPhone, so it can last a long time. Mine does not long. Mine's kind of an older iPhone. So I was just wondering. I know she had, I can't remember the name of it, but it has like a shit ton of energy that she just plugs into it and it's an external battery thingy. They were without power for like a couple of days. Pretty crazy though. Yeah, we all send hugs and love to Eyes to See. The brand doesn't matter, it's the battery size. Okay. When you what's your battery size on it? Okay. Well, that's not bad. Yeah, no, that's okay. But just when you get a chance. No rush, no rush, no hurry. 'Yeah, wow. Anchor's having a sale? Okay. Oh, I'll go look. Yeah, it was just I know my phone battery, if I'm using it, especially if, I'm playing too much Candy Crush or something like that, it drains the battery fast. Of course, it helps to like close all the damn windows that are open. I don't know that much about phones, you guys. I just know I see you guys all out there protesting and your phones don't go dead. 20 MAH. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. And thanks for texting me that, Haggis. So yeah, I guess oh, at the end of the thing last night, Mayor Rector thanked everybody for all their emails and said, please continue to send emails, that they appreciate the communication. That was a nice affirmation. That was nice to hear. Because yeah, even after the Days of Our Lives saga yesterday, they haven't given up. As I said yesterday, they're just reloading. Yeah, I was on the disability community meeting, the disability commission meeting last night with Audit, And so I missed a little bit of it. I did not, but I had it on in the background. Yeah, that's right, Amy. Days of our past lives. But somebody had posted on my comments about how the Disability Commission meeting was very nice. Morning, Brian. That was a great show this morning. Yep. You were on there last night, weren't you, Amy? You did public comment last night. Yeah, that turned out really cool today, Brian. There was a lot of rocker music in there. No, but you were there for the beginning part of it, yeah. Yeah, I watched the presentation of what was called DDAR, the emergency response. Did the city council mention Sciento pulling out? No. I mean, I didn't physically listen to it. I was going off from what somebody else said, but I don't think so. I think he just made, he alluded to it. And they took it off from the agenda, I'm sure, to show that they didn't get rejected. They didn't get slapped down. Yeah, I just think it was they're going to pull it out for the safety reasons. That's what they're doing. And this is what Lena and Rector, I shouldn't call her Lena, but I don't know how to pronounce her last name. The council members need to say, if this is an unsafe project, if you don't get that road, it's an unsafe project. You don't get the permits because we're not going to permit an unsafe project. Throw it back at them. And what somebody had posted and said is that that Scientology probably is going to try and do their eminent domain since they own the places around it. Is the pronunciation. Toxier. Thank you, Amy M. That's right. They pulled out before somebody else was able to say no to them. They're saving face. I knew that was going to happen. No, well, they're not saying the evil protesters are going to make it unsafe. They're saying the accidents that'll happen in front, the traffic flow, that there'll be accidents there if they don't have the road. That's what they're saying. Well, if the accidents are going to be there, the accidents are going to happen whether they own the road or not. Poop, it's unsafe. Project denied. Yep. Yeah, I know. There isn't any traffic. I don't, the only reason they'd be traffic truly going back and forth on that little side road is because they're building something there. Yeah, I mean, they're setting themselves up for failure. Scientology. Because no matter what they say, city council, yep, and if they close the road, the traffic will back up. It just, yeah, I know, right? Thanks, Haggis. I appreciate you sending me this information. Appreciate it, darling. Right. So, but if they say that, first they said that they don't need the road. Now all of a sudden they say they do need the road in order to do the project. And the project will be unsafe if they don't have the road. Well, then the project will be unsafe. Yep. Yep, Twyla, I did. I watched that yesterday. That was a really great video. Good morning, Gina. Adverse possession, not eminent domain. I'm not too sure what adverse possession means. If it means through buying it because they own the streets around it, then yes. Then that's what I mean. That's right. People are calling their bullshit no matter what they come up with. I thought how they just realized they needed to close the interstate ramp to Clearwater to build the hall. And thank you, Miss B. Let me go back up. Miss B is the one that put the comment on there about the adverse possession, and that is probably what they're going to do. The Lisa McPherson Trust is LMT. LMT, they were talking about how when the Lisa McPherson trial was going on, they meaning Tony Ortega and Tom DeVock. Right, exactly. But we were looking, me, and a contact that I have down there, we're looking up the property lines last night, which is one of the reasons why I'm kind of tired. And there's only one little section, so it can't happen. Thank goodness. Well, somebody, I mean, because that one little road, I'm not into doing the map presentation, but somebody could. Yep, and harassing the city council members was truly the worst move because it just showed them, and it's showing LA what happens. Yeah, I'm going to keep showing your comments because you're making great comments, Missy B. Um, you were trying to find someone talking about it. Well, we're here. We're talking about it. We were talking about Tom Cruise, but I don't really like Tom Cruise. He's clickbait. It's just we're trying to figure out what brings in more views about Scientology's issues. Don't know much, but you know a little about something. Well, that's a good thing. Missy B and Seth D. We're glad you know a little bit about something. Tom Cruise is absolute clickbait because he's not chick bait. Yep. And we need to use that to other city councils and other commissioners and other cities. They're fighting the street vacation there in LA and the possibility of it trying to be pushed through. This could be you, Public Works. You honestly do. I honestly can't believe that little Davey from the fake Space Navy hasn't visited Public Works. Yes, they are. You're right, Gina. Well, thank you, Eyes to See. Yep. And Menino and Rotten Cotton, are just showing their biscuits. He can't save himself, let alone other people. Ooh, those are good. I like steel cutouts. With a little bit of honey, a little bit of maple. Were they erased, Amy? Or were they left on there? You know, the thing is that with those, any comments, any email you send, it's FOIA-able. But at this point, I don't care. Oh, interesting, Amy. Good morning, SVA. You know a little bit about love, and maybe I can guess the rest. Thank God it's Friday. Amen. Yeah, I'm kind of more just leaving it up there for just because I'm too lazy to take it down. Who to think my title industry knowledge, PSYOP knowledge, conspiracy theory interest, and Scientology would all collide. That's actually funny. If only my dad was still here to say, I told you so. Take a look at his page. I don't really care to take a look at his page, Amy. You take a look. You tell me. Good morning, Danny. How are you today? Danny, did you see my video the other night? And I used you as an example. You did not. I know you did not. Exactly, Haggis. That's right. Just shoot for the fences at this point. That's excellent, Amanda. I know. We've got your ICT teacher tried to insert Tom Cruise as some example, and I must have groaned internally like, that's a Sciento. Why are we bringing Scientos into this, right? Ugh. Hopefully you don't have traffic. But it's only 6:30 in the morning. Well, that's okay. Only 6:30 in the morning means there's still traffic in LA. I hate traffic. Woohoo. All right, Amy. I don't know, Peter. They both had the guilty look. I'm pretty sure it was Penny, though. She's my chewer. Peter is talking about poor Mr. Squirrel. R.I.P. Poor Mr. Squirrel died an untimely death. Ooh, all right. That would be way cool to watch, Danny. Yeah, Slap Slap Slappy is not very happy. Yeah, yesterday, RIP Squirrel. All of a sudden, the dog started barking. Either a FedEx drove by or something like that. And I was hearing the echo of Squirrel. And I'm like, I didn't turn Squirrel on. What the heck? And so I went and I looked, and Squirrel was dead over in the corner. But the batteries were still working on it. So every time the dogs barked, the squirrel would echo and repeat. It was kind of funny. So it was a voice from beyond. I had a ghost squirrel. And then I had to let Peter know. I did not. Did he? I saw Nora said something about that. I did not. So he got swatted? I know, I heard what, he got handcuffed at the premiere? I'll have to go back and watch that. I'll watch Nora's. She does a good job. And good morning to you, Peter. But when I took it off from the floor and said, "Did you chew that?" to the dog, they both backed up. They said that they got a call Tommy was in danger of an oiling. uh, they said he had oil he was going to throw on TC. That's silly. Hot oil? Like baby oil? They think P. Diddy was there? Ha ha ha. Apostate Alex, aka P. Diddy. Nope, you can go put it right into the soil. Make sure it has something to climb on, though. In honor of a freak off, Moroccan hair oil. There you go, you guys. Is that what Nora said? Oh, or great minds think alike, or bad minds think alike. A pure freak off. There we go. And then all they found was SP Chef's nuts. Yeah, the little leaves will trail up, and then they like to hang off something. Yeah, the cops ask, "What's with these nuts?" He had a backpack full of Samuel's nuts. That's hilarious. We could do a whole SNL skit over this. Oh, Let's Go or JoJo. That would be hilarious. They were expecting a P. Diddy oil and they got Samuel's nuts. Oh, I'm going to have to go back and watch it. You think it's the same as throwing a bucket of paint or caking someone? Caking? Like smashing cake in somebody's face? Yeah. Hot oil is how Argentinians won over the British invasion in 1800s, Amanda. That's all I know. What about these nuts? No, SP Chef's nuts. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. What is caked? Is that what caked is? Oil nut oil. Oh, you guys are crazy. Do 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 do. Speaking of which, we haven't seen our operetta singer in a while. I I don't know, Amy. I don't know what caking is. I have never heard that term unless it's pie in the face. Caking. We're going to turn this off. It's like a pie in the face. Okay, thank you. That's what I imagined. Okay, let's see, I wasn't too far off. They used that at the Antifa protests. Ah, yeah. There was a man who did it to quite many soldiers. Okay. Walnut pie protest and politicians. Huh. It is. I guess maybe I don't watch enough protests. The cement-filled water bottles. Mooning, right? That would be more. That would be more fun. I think You know the old story of the emperor's new clothes, right? Where nobody would tell the emperor that his clothes were invisible. Yep. These are like the emperor's new clothes. Your biscuits are showing, honey. Enjoy your day, Missy B and Seth D. Have a wonderful, lovely day. I'm going to get going here pretty quick, too, you guys. I'm going to go eat some brekkie, do some fluff and buff. We see your dingling. You are a dingling, Tom Cruise. We see your biscuits hanging out. And you have an old saggy butt. On that note, you guys, I'm scooting out of here. I'm going to go eat some breakfast. I love you all. I'll talk to you later in the streams.